Hi guys, and welcome to Nutrition Therapy Institute. Today is day one of your very first class that you get to take over the next few months. Today's class and the next 10 weeks, we're going to be exploring anatomy and physiology. And one of the things I really want to drive home while you guys are tuning in today is you are going to hear a whole heck of a lot of terms that are going to seem overwhelming and intimidating, but please know that every single student has started exactly where you are. Every one of us has started day one feeling like, I don't know if I can learn this, and I promise you, you are at the right place at the right time. Nutrition Therapy Institute is going to have you well prepared so that you can have a career in nutrition. So I just want to say thank you for being here. I sure hope you have a lot of fun while we're together for the next 10 weeks.
So I'm going to be your instructor for biochemistry, and we call this class the Biochemical Foundations of Nutrition. And that will become clear why we call it that as we go through the course. But I just want to say that biochemistry is one of my favorite classes, one of my favorite subjects, because biochemistry explains the why of body function. It explains why things happen, it explains how things happen, you can see the pathways of how they happen, and it's really helpful to get an understanding of the mechanical processes that we're going to be talking about, but it also is really helpful because it helps you to be able to explain things to your clients so you can give them information that will help them evaluate whether or not they want to make the changes that you're suggesting, and hopefully they will want to make the changes. And if you can explain it using a little bit of basic biochemical terminology.
Hi, I'm Dr. Francesca Quinn. I'm a naturopathic doctor, and I'm going to be your instructor here for pathophysiology. I have been teaching here at NTI for about 8 years, and I love it. I think it's a great school and a great curriculum, so I'm happy for you to be here. I have a private naturopathic practice in Denver, Colorado called Vitality Natural Medicine, and in that practice, I use all the sorts of things that we're going to be talking about as we go through this course, which is primarily diet, vitamins, herbs, lifestyle modification to help people get to the root of their health issues and get healthy and happy again. So today we're going to be starting off with the adrenal glands in class 1 and talking about all of the symptoms and syndromes that come from adrenal dysfunction, why it's such a common issue in our society, and
so
what we can
again, welcome to class 1 of digestion and detox. And I'm sure you guys have heard many quotes by Hippocrates. One of his very famous quotes is, "Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food." And another well-known quote by Hippocrates that you may or may not have heard is that all disease begins in the gut. So we are going to dive deep and we're going to talk about what might happen that causes disease to begin in the gut. And I know, as you've learned in other classes here at NTI, is when we eat our food, it's really important that we extract about 13 vitamins, 19 minerals, and 9 amino acids. And we extract those from the proteins, the fats, and the carbs that we eat. But if for some reason we don't eat those nutrients, or our body can't break those nutrients down, then that for a fact is going to lead to some ill health somewhere down the line. And for long-term failure to get those nutrients is going to lead to death.
Welcome back to an introduction to herbology, nutritional supplements, and labs. In this class, we're going to talk about the bioavailability of supplements and drug-nutrient interactions. This will be our last class on nutrient supplements. We're going to look at what makes certain supplements more available for human health than others. We're going to look at the metabolism of nutrients and the specific bioavailable forms of certain nutrients. And then we'll look at drug-nutrient interactions. So when to recommend supplements? First, you have to ask yourself, will it be effective? Use your resources. Then you need to ask, is it necessary? Can simple food choices substitute for supplementation? It should not be used to replace a healthy diet. And then, are you recommending the right form of supplementation? This is based on the bioavailability of the supplement and the specific person.
So there are some normal physiological changes that occur in the brain as we age. The blood supply can become decreased, and the number of neurons becomes less, it diminishes. The neurons in the cerebral cortex associated with hearing and those in the hippocampus associated with memory and learning, and those in the cerebellum, which are associated with posture and movement, commonly decline during the aging process. So mild cognitive loss and forgetfulness, as I said, most people think it's normal, but it's actually not a normal part of aging. It's common, but having something that's common doesn't make it a normal part of human physiology. So there are probably many environmental factors and lifestyle factors that have a bigger contribution to what we consider normal brain aging rather than it just being a normal part of physiology. And it's most commonly going to be have to do with nutrient deficiencies, low-grade inflammation, toxic insults, or
Hello,
injury.
students, and welcome to Nutrition for Endocrine and Reproductive Health. The next 10 weeks are going to be jam-packed with lots and lots of really awesome and important information, stuff you probably never even really thought about before, but once we put the pieces of the puzzle together, you're going to see how this information is going to allow you to help your clients get the best results they can hope for. And a little bit about myself. So my name is Dr. Becky, and for many, many years I lived in the fabulous Florida Keys, and I had a wellness center there where my main focus of healthcare was on endocrine health and clinical nutrition. Before I got involved with that, I initially went to school to become a chiropractor and an acupuncturist. And while I loved being a chiropractor and an acupuncturist, I was called to do more as it related to endocrine health and clinical nutrition. So I went back to school and I got my postdoctorate certification in functional endocrinology. Then I went to Harvard Medical School and I got certification in their lifestyle medicine program. And that's the program geared more towards clinical nutrition. And so I put endocrine and nutrition together and had many years doing that for fun. And now I get to take this knowledge that I have, share it with you so that you too can see how you can mix endocrinology and clinical nutrition and really give your clients really incredible results on their road to optimal health.